after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. He takes this for 3 to the 29. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll get 34 yards there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he's going to be taken down right at the line. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. This complete to Jones. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put him to good use on that one.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Patriots coming out to set up shop for their next drive, CD. When we were talking about him earlier, we didn't mention that loss against Kansas City in Week 14 snapped a 21-game home winning streak, including the playoffs. But the Chiefs got the 7-point victory. Now, New England right now is still the number 2 seed despite that loss. But their last 5 games, just 2 and 3.
Yeah, they're not officially in the playoffs yet. One more win will get it done. I think that's going to happen. It always does with New England. We're still waiting to see if they win another division title. They're being pressed by Buffalo this year. But after this last game, this loss to Kansas City, they're officially on to Cincinnati. Remember the famous press conference after that loss to Kansas City, believe it or not, a number of years ago? They're on to Cincinnati. They'll take on the Bengals next week. Then they're home against Buffalo. That could be huge. And finish off with the Dolphins coming to Foxborough.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Alabama, 380.
So a touchdown apiece, that's what. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Well, folks, we gave you a glance at the AFC playoff picture. Let's talk NFC playoff picture. Bit of a shakeup because the Niners and the Saints game and then the Seahawks and the Rams. So San Fran back up the top spot. Then you have the Packers who beat Washington moving up to number 2. The Saints with the loss, try to follow all this. They drop down the spot, but it's a critical one as they lose that first round bye, and then we're still awaiting resolution on the Cowboys and the Eagles in the NFC East seeding.
Yeah, this is going to be a crazy deal because essentially San Francisco and Seattle have kind of been trading back and forth, and after Sunday night's games, San Francisco holds that spot, but remember, those two play Week 17. It could all be decided then. The Saints have already locked down the NFC South. They're trying to get one of those top 2 seeds, as you mentioned, but the race for these wild cards, Minnesota sitting right there holding the number 6 spot. They're a game ahead of the Rams, who are really hot right now, and the Bears, after whacking the Cowboys last week, they're hanging in there as well.
But as you're alluding to, I mean, Seattle drops from the number 1 seed all the way down to the number 5. As a man, and it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Patriots have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Ryan. He finds some open field here. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Ryan. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. They were looking that time to get it to Justin Hardy, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just one fourth-quarter comeback for the QB. The pass from Ryan complete to Freeman, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The Falcons on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Ryan. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Ryan. Going left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. From 8 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it, but even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Back to throw, Brady. Caught by Sanu. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line. A completion there by Tom Brady, a man that is not liked in many NFL stadiums, especially not here in Atlanta. These fans would like to forget Super Bowl 51, that catastrophe, but they can't. That still sticks with them. That's when old number 12 brought the Pats back from a 28-6 deficit to claim the crown yet again. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Folk connects on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they